Greatdictator game preview.
The city building genre has mostly been centered around the medieval or colonial times. The main competitors for this category have always been the Settlers series and the Anno series. Today we have Anno 1404, the Dawn of Discovery, in which we take all that gold and trade it in for some information. The reason why the Anno games differ from the Settlers is because of its deeper and more realistic system as to how you produce goods and trade. As soon as you start out the game, you will instantly notice that you have to find an island to sell and then advance it from a small village to a prospering town, because you can't get any further due to the limitation of the 1-hour demo. The game has a focus on three things: city building, exploring, and trading. Not only is the Fog of War quite a refreshing sight from the standard black fog of war, but once you discover the new island or any fog that you've cleared stays away. As mentioned before, trading is a big aspect of the game. Early on you will have to trade in for tools, but if you don't want to do it manually, you can set up trade routes. Sadly, these are somewhat confusing at first glance, but they aren't hard to learn. City building is also fun. For one thing, your city evolves as you bring in more diverse things to please your subjects. In order for a house to advance towards the next level or social status, their needs need to be filled. But also remember, the richer they are, the more you gain from taxing them. Throughout either a continuous game or a campaign, you will be given quests. Fulfill the quest and you get the gold and or prestige, or both. Prestige is used to buy things like seeds for spices or better equipment for your ship to equip. There's also a bigger focus on relationship with your neighbors. For instance, if you're in good relations with the more exotic nation, they will allow you to build their buildings in the exotic climate. Now, you will also need to trade between your islands due to the fact that each island has its own amount of resources. The main issue I have is that it's hard to understand why sometimes some buildings don't want to work even though they have the resources right close to them. Unlike the Settler 6, the game will have a bigger unit diversity for if you want to go to war with someone, although watch out, getting the resources for making more of your precious troops can sometimes take some time, cause market carts aren't exactly the quickest transports. Later on in the game, you don't get to be just creative with your cities. You can even make some rather neat ports if you want to do, which only expands the city building enjoyment. All I can say is that if you're a fan of city building games that have an emphasis on trade, and depending on preference, conquest, don't miss out my review of Anno 1404. And also head up to DYG to check upon the written portion of this preview.